Hello there, I'm Eric Renault and this is a video for tipsquirrel.com, and in this video we're going to work again with 3D text, and in this case we're going to make the text a little bit opaque. We're going to be able to see all the way through it. Now in our starting image here you can see that I've got my image all ready to go from Adobe Stock, and I've got the word summer already on the ground plane. Now if you'd like to know how to get your ground plane to match the ground plane within the image, then why not check out my last post for TipSquirrel. That's a text-based tutorial, or you can see the equivalent on Photo Focus in video. All right, let's jump in and see what we can do. Right, what I need to do first is I'm going to work on the extrusion. So you can see that I'm already in the 3D panels here, the 3D workspace. I've just chosen 3D from there. Now my summer layer is already active, and you can see here that we've got different attributes that we can then give to this. Now the first one I'm going to work on is this middle one here, summer extrusion material. If I click on that, you can see that the properties comes up here and I can work on that. Now what I want to do is give this a nice green colour. So if I click on the swatch there, I get my colour picker, and in fact I already know that this is 133, somewhere around 98ish, and then somewhere like 62. Okay, for a nice green, and I'm going to click OK. And it looks nice and dark, it's looking good, I like that. Alright, next what we want to do is we want to bring up the shine. So I'm going to bring the shine right up to about 100%, well usually to 100%, and then the reflection, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that up to around about 40%. There we go. Now that's made it look quite light, but that's going to work itself out in just a little while. This is really giving us the lighter colours. Okay, I'm happy there. Let's start working on making it see-through. So we've done the extrusion. Let's go and have a look at the front inflation. If I click on that, we again can change the shine. I'm going to bring that right up. And again, I'm going to bring the reflection up, this time to around about 45-ish. There we go. I'm going to leave the roughness and the bump, but now you can see that we've got this opacity, and I can bring the opacity all the way down. So now we can see through to the back. I want to make it opaque, but not all the way see-through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that 40%. There we go. Now we end up with these speckles, but that's okay. Again, that's going to sort itself out in just a little while. I'm going to repeat this for the back inflation as well. So again, the shine comes up, the reflection comes up to about 45%. There we go. And the opacity down, let's dial this one in to 40%. Now we can see all the way through, and we can see the table cover here behind, as well as some of the greenery behind as well. It's looking good. There we go. There we are. If I bring this up, you'll see that we can see all the way through it, and we can see some of the shrubbery and whatnot behind it as well. There we go. Let's turn that around so we can see all the way through. Good. Let's take that back a little bit, and then let's return that to the ground plane. So summer, go to our coordinates and move to ground. There we go. I'm going to give this a little bit of a bevel now, just so it isn't so hard on the outside. To do that, what I need to do is come to summer, and then this icon here, which is caps. Here I can work on the bevel, and I can work on the inflation. So I'm going to make sure that I'm working on sides, front and back, and I'm going to choose the width here, and I'm going to make the width maybe about something like 12%. There we go. And the angle, I'm going to leave at 45. So now we've got this little bevel that runs around the outside. Now at the moment, what I'm going to call our glass front is absolutely straight, and I want to give it a little bit of an inflation there. So here I'm going to change this one to 33, and then I'm going to have the strength maybe up to about 20%. There we go. Now we've got to be a bit careful here. If we go too far, you'll see it starts spilling out all of a sudden, and we don't want that. Oop, there we go. Let's try that again. Okay. There you go. It starts to get a bit weird. Okay, let's take that down to around about 20%. Works well. And you can see the indentation around the R there looks nice. So there we go. Now I've got my text all ready. Let's give it a little check. I'm going to go to the background layer and I can see through it like that. Looks nice. But I can also just do a very quick render. So here in the 3D panel, I can come down to the bottom and this icon here, I can just click that and a blue square appears. You notice it goes very quickly across the top because there's nothing there to render. And then when it gets to my 3D text, it slows down a bit and starts rendering it out. Now this little piece is going to take quite a while to render fully, but I can see how it's going to roughly look right from this little render here. So I'm going to let it just finish off the bottom there, just so as I can see how it's going to go. And I really do like the way this R is looking. Okay, just a couple more. Good. You can see the nice little glass effect on the M there and around the U. Looks nice. Okay, I'm going to press escape there. I'm going to go back to our working progress. Okay, now what's really cool about this is, for all intents and purposes, this is a smart object, and if you've watched the video on the ground planes before this, you'll see that I've done this before. What I can do here is I can go up here, I can choose the edit source, and I can change that. I'm going to change it to Spring, ING. Now here's a little tip. Sometimes it doesn't fit right on the ground plane. So what I want to do here is I want to select all the letters. So I'm going to just click the tick to accept that. Then press the Control or Command key, and in the layers, click on the thumbnail for Spring. That's going to put a dotted line around it, make a selection. Then we come to Image and Crop, and that's going to get rid of everything around the outside, just so we've got just the spring there. Okay, Control or Command D to deselect, and then we can Control or Command S to save it, and we can close that. Okay, and there we are. We've got the word spring. That's looking nice. Now the problem here is that we need some shadows, so let's work on that. I'm going to click on the light source here. I'm going to flip it right around to the back just to give me some shadows at the front. And I'm going to cheat a little bit by not going too far, just so the shadows remain on the table. Saves me working around those just for this little piece. Okay, we can work that around. There we go. Okay, now up here in the top of the properties for this infinite light, what I can do here is I can change the intensity of the light. So I can bring that up. You can see it makes a nice shine on the top there. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. Keep the shine, but not too much. And I can make the shadows nice and soft if I wanted to. But I'm going to make these reasonably hard, like so. Now we've lost a little bit of light on the front, which I'd like, just a little bit of ambient light. So what I'm going to do is just make another light source. I'm going to click on the light bulb here, and underneath I've got 3 presets: new point light, new spotlight, and new infinite light. You have to take my word for that, they're off the bottom of the recording. But I'm going to choose new infinite light. There we go, it points straight at my subject. I'm going to turn shadows off for that one, and I'm going to bring the intensity right down, just so it gives just a little bit of light on the front there, just to help us out a little bit. Okay. There we go. I think I like that. Let's give it a try. Let's render it out just a little bit and see how we're looking. Okay, I like that. That's a good start. Okay, round by the P now. Looks nice. Maybe a little bit too bright, possibly. But I'm looking at that G. I do like the G where it's rounded and it's catching the light there. It's going to look good, I think. Good. Yeah, I like that. You see it's still a bit speckly inside the end there, but that's just because this is the first render. That'll come out really nicely, and you see it's reflecting itself. Really, really nice. You know what? I like that. I'm going to let it go. This is probably what you saw at the beginning of this video. Okay, I'm Eric Verno. Thank you very much for joining me here at tipsquirrel.com. Don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and come and see more at tipsquirrel.com, and of course at Photofocus as well. Until next time, bye-bye for now.